Kavanaugh's fate rests in the hands of the United States Senate. Leafs came out on top and crushed their opening game. Germany hosts its third annual pumpkin race. Humber News starts now.
Hello, I'm Paul Schubert here at the newsroom at Humber's North Campus. It's October 4th. Here's what's making news. After a 7.5 magnitude earthquake hit parts of Indonesia, the citizens of the small island of Sulawesi are struggling to get the help that they need. This week, the Red Cross set up a mobile clinic to help some of the most vulnerable and helpless. The aid organization has been providing basic care and supplies for the victims of the Friday quake. The focus of the clinic is helping injured survivors and assisting mothers and the elderly. International care has been moving steadily, but some communities have been unable to get care due to being cut off by broken roads and landslides. Just last week, Indonesia was hit by a massive quake and tsunami. The death toll is already more than 1,400 people. The United States is set to review a report from the FBI, one that would either make or break the career of Judge Brett Kavanaugh. The White House says that there is no evidence for the assault allegations against Kavanaugh. He is nominated to become the next U.S. Supreme Court Justice. 9 people were interviewed by the FBI. The report was delivered to the White House at 2:30 a.m. this morning.
You sure as hell wouldn't have done what you've done to this guy.
If there is no truth to her charges, the FBI investigation will show that. Or are you afraid that they might not?
The World Trade Organization Summit will happen in Ottawa on October 24th, and the U.S. is not invited. That's because they do not share the same views as the other countries in the group. Canada's trade minister will host 13 senior ministers from like-minded countries. They'll be looking at saving the international trading system. 7 police officers were shot on Wednesday in South Carolina. The police went in to serve a search warrant when a gunman unleashed fire from inside the house, turning the subdivision into a 2-hour-long battleground.
These officers went there unknowing the firepower the suspect had. And again, they thought it was a random search warrant. But when they arrived, gunfire started. Several officers were hit. You know, these officers witnessed something, seeing their fellow officers stuff down. Fire was being shot all over. The way the suspect was positioned, his view of fire was several hundred yards. So he had an advantage.
3 country sheriff's deputies and 4 city police officers were struck by gunfire. One of the city officers had died. A suspect was later arrested. Here in Toronto, accused serial killer Bruce McArthur is due to appear in court tomorrow. Yesterday, police released new evidence gathered in a covert operation back in 2017. Police say they found blood of one of the men that went missing. McArthur has been linked to the disappearance of 8 men. They went missing from 2010 to 2017. McArthur is facing 8 counts of first-degree murder. Also in the city, the TTC is planning to implement cameras outside their buses. The external cameras will help with the investigation of incidents involving TTC vehicles and also aid in public safety, shed light on customer complaints, and other mishaps. The data will be gathered and retained for 3 days when overwritten. The Commission will inform the public through social media and print once the cameras are up and running and recording. A couple of major highways have reopened in southern Alberta, all in the wake of a major snowstorm. The Trans-Canada reopened late on Wednesday. A major snowstorm hit the region on Tuesday. Truckers were frustrated after being stuck on the highway overnight. The highway between Calgary and Edmonton was also closed. A crash involving more than 20 cars was the cause. Drivers were encouraged not to drive on the highways. We are going to take a quick break. Still ahead, the latest in sports. But first, Joey Kanji has a preview of your 3-day forecast.
I'm here at the Humber Arboretum. The last few days have been rainy, but how will the weather look going into Thanksgiving weekend? Your full 3-day forecast is coming up.